Hi everyone, this is Rush, your garage kit nerd, and for this video I am going to present to you my work on Super Sailor Mercury from E2046. While we are checking out the pieces, I would like to take a moment to tell my story with this kit. You will see in details what happened, but I need to let it out of my chest. Working on this kit was a nightmare. I was dead when I finished it. It is not the kit itself, it is quite a simple one. It was me. I was not in a good place when I worked on it and I paid the price. Everything went wrong starting day one. I already explained in the Super Sailor Jupiter video that I wanted to work on both kits at the same time. And of course, I put a crazy impossible deadline, so I started to stress, I was late, and I wanted to rush everything. Very bad idea. I can tell you I will not make the same mistake again. I will take my sweet time to work on a garage kit, even if it means I won't be able to release a garage kit video per month. The worst is that I knew it already. The more you rush, the more you have to fix along the way. As I told you, I was not in a very good place and just ran. I actually should have called this video "Everything you should not do when you work on a garage kit." Anyway, I still hope you will enjoy, and you know what? I have been raised to talk about the good stuff, but also about the ugly. And trust me, there will be a lot of ugly this time. Okay, now that I explained a little bit what is going to happen, let's go back to our kit. After inspecting and cleaning pieces, it is the moment to pin. This is when you add magnets or rods to your kit in order to make sure there won't be any loose pieces at the end. We'll drill one side, use a sticky tack on the other side to know where the hole will be, and drill. When it is done, you just have to insert the rod and voila. And here we go, the first thing that I messed up. Here you see me drilling through the arm, right? I wanted to have a perfect connection with my brass rod, so I drilled through. Usually when you do that, you then drill the other piece through the hole you have done. This way you are sure that the rod will fit perfectly. But I could have avoided doing this because I didn't need it actually. The rod is too short anyway and it won't help at all. Just a bit of putty in the connection would have sufficed. But no, I didn't look properly and drilled this damn arm. You can't even imagine how I struggled after. Sometimes drilling is absolutely not necessary. You will see a little bit later why it was a nightmare. What? I want you to fully watch my video, I'm not gonna give you all the answers right away. The worst is that I could have done it only once and realized, right? But no, I did it several times. Ugh. Let's work on the putty now. At this stage, the kit still has a lot of gaps and things to fix. The putty will help to fill those gaps and remove the big imperfections. You apply it to the surface you will need and make sure the other piece has some Vaseline on it, this way it won't stick. But remember, before using it, it is really important to make some groove in the pieces to have a deeper area to stick to. I use polyester putty and I am very comfortable now with it. It is the fastest putty to harden and you can control very easily the excess. And I might add, this is also the easiest to sand. I was using before the epoxy putty and it was such a nightmare. It takes around a day to harden completely and it is really tough to sand. So I am very happy I have found the polyester one. And welcome to my first circle of hell, the sanding. Because yes, it was hell. The first part was easy, removing the Vaseline from the pieces with some IPA. This step helps as well to see if everything is putted correctly. And of course, I found some problems. Look at me trying to fix those holes I did that were absolutely not necessary. And the fix won't work, but I will try and try again and fail all the time because this was not what should have been done. But my brain is not processing the information right now. Yeah, feel my pain. While I was sanding the left boot, I realized I completely forgot to pin it. So I just took my Dremel, quickly drilled a hole and put a rod. See? Very fast. Took me what? Few seconds? Usually, I am way more organized in my work, especially on the sanding part because I really don't like it, so I make sure I go on a piece after another in a precise order. I don't jump from a piece to another and come back for no reasons, but this time I completely lack of focus, and I was really out of it, and you can see it. I mean, I was working with the hair, then go to the heads, but not ready for the sanding, and then went back to the hair again. You know, filming yourself and editing helps as well to see what you did wrong and how to get better. But here, it's like I'm working on a kit for the first time, so very difficult to learn anything. It's more frustrating to see me doing rookie mistakes even after several years working on kits. I guess the lesson here is that you have to stay humble, because everyone makes mistakes, and sometimes during the entire process, even the people who knows what they are doing. I had some work to do on the scarf as well. The first issue was with the bottom right of the scarf. I didn't put enough putty and there was still a gap with the shoulder, so I decided to go with some UV light curing putty. It takes few seconds to harden, it's really handy. Once it was done, I just had to sand the excess. And oh surprise, I also had an issue with the hole I drilled earlier. I used here some white basic putty as there was just few small holes to fill. One of the issues you have when you drill holes and want to fill them afterwards is that most of the time the putty won't have enough surface to stick to, and you can have small pieces removed when you sand. I usually create a small cross to have more area, but this time I didn't do it and tried desperately to fill the hole. For the harp, I have seen another artist on YouTube removing the original chords and replacing them, and I have to say, it was stunning. To be honest, I was not really going to do the same, but after I saw the original chords, I changed my mind, even if some people might say I stole the idea from this artist. The original chords are really ugly, so it is kind of mandatory if you want to have a nice kit at the end. So I will say it, yes, I got the idea from Leona, who I follow and admire the work. It is sane now, so nobody says I stole anything, okay? To replace them, I use some clear soft plastic beams 2mm round from Tamiya. Once I cut them and have the correct length, I use some UV clear resin to glue them. I was going to sand the excess, but it looked like some drop of waters and I liked it, so I didn't touch anything at the end. Okay, first circle of hell passed. Now, let's go to the second circle of hell, the priming. Let's put a neutral white to all the pieces and review how good I was on my sanding. Or not. I'm always a bit stressed when I prime because I don't really know what I missed or didn't do properly. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. Not one single piece passed the test. Everything needed to be reviewed. I did a perfect combo of you need to go back everywhere. You see, going fast is always biting you eventually. So here I am with my sandpapers to correct all these little or less little imperfections. And finally, my brain is waking up. After trying several times fixing the imperfection with the basic putty, I finally decided to go with the UV resin one and create more area to make sure it sticks. And guess what? It worked, and I didn't need to go back on it anymore. Finally done fixing the parts. Let's reprime and get the hell out of this nightmare. And for the clear parts, I applied Mr. Hobie Super Clear Gloss. Second circle of hell, done. Okay. I just need a short break right now. After all this struggle, I need to just breathe a bit. What is going to happen next is another level. We will enter the third, fourth, and fifth circle of hell. If I struggled with the sanding and the priming, that's nothing compared to what happened when I painted Mercury. But you will see and experience it with me. Prepare yourself. What you are about to live is worthy of the best horror movie, an original ELM Street level. Be warned, because it is going to begin. Maybe it's not that horrible. I tend to over-exaggerate sometimes, but it felt like it. Now that we took a break, let's resume the video and see what will happen. For those who are already following me, I think you know by now how I start this step. For those who are new, I usually start the painting phase by preparing everything I need, which means I mix my colors and prepare a lot of little pieces of masking paper. Because painting is more about masking than anything else. Once this is done, I go with the pieces that need to be masked and cover the parts that I don't want to paint. I have different type of masking for that, but I am not going to elaborate more here. And yes, I promise I will do a video showing all the tools you need when you work on a garage kit. I am actually preparing it, and it should come very soon. When I am done with the first round of masking, I like to paint the skin first. This is my little ritual, and for this kit I was very excited. A few days before, I received my Harder and Steenbeck Infinity CR Plus, the Ferrari of the airbrush. I wanted one for a long time and finally got it. But painting with a new airbrush without practicing, it is like jumping from a plane without a parachute, suicidal. And guess what? I crashed. What was I thinking? Rules don't apply to me? And in addition to the stains and uneven grades, I forced way too much my shadowing. It was super orange. Even with several layers of flesh color, Mercury looked like someone spending way too much time in those tanning salon, if you know what I mean. So I took my primer, covered what needed to be covered, and starting again. I also decided to change my airbrush. I am way more comfortable with my Iwata. I need to practice a bit before trying again my Infinity. For the water under Mercury, I decided to go with a nice watery effect. To do so, I applied a first layer of SMS Color Shift Alien, then a layer of Tamiya Lacquer Clear Blue, and finished with another layer of SMS Color Shift Alien. The reflection of the pigments really gives the aspect of water. It is stunning. Thank you so much SMS for this color. I really love it. I am done now with the first part of painting, so before going further, I put some protection layer with Mr. Hobby Super Clear UV Cut. Hey, so far we are not so bad. Let's continue our journey in this hull and work on the pastel. The pastel is a very crucial step. This is where you can give more depth to your shading. And remember, after applying it, you need to apply another layer of clear protection. Pastel doesn't stick to the surface, so you might lose everything, or even worse, having the color going where it is not supposed to go, which means going back to painting everything. I'm talking about experience here. I have had before some dark color going to the white areas, but I learned and I don't do this mistake anymore. I mean, until I do it again, right? And let's go for a second round of masking. Usually before painting the skin, I tend to mask the area next to it. It helps me not to mask again and not put another layer of primer. But this time, I don't know why I didn't do it. So here I am, masking something that could have been avoided. And this is also where everything went south. I guess I was tired and needed a break, but I just wanted to continue. I made a lot of mistakes. The one that makes you start over, you know, going back to the priming and stuff. So be prepared, because there will be a lot of highlight within the next couple of minutes.
Within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get over.
Let's start with the boot. As the boot had blue painting stripes on the white area, I decided to fix it with the airbrush. To do that, I first masked the blue color to have a clean demarcation line. I wanted to be extra careful and went to protect the entire boot with some plastic wrap. But what I didn't realize was that the painting was not fully cured yet. So guess what happened? The plastic wrap left a mark on the painting. It was like, you know, when you wake up with the trace of a pillow on your face in the morning. So I had to remove the paint and start over. Another problem I had here was with the white. I wanted to try a new way of painting the white band of the scarf. In my previous video, you've seen how much I struggled with this. Whatever I tried, I failed. So I decided to try something new again and use the Vallejo paint. This way, if the white was going a bit over, I could remove it with some window cleaner and finally avoid hand brushing this part. But I didn't thin it properly and ended up with a super thin mix. And even with my masking, it wasn't enough to protect it. So my scarf and body were soaked with white. Yeah, you got it. I had to start over again for those pieces too. But I really wanted to see how the window cleaner worked and tried this method anyway. Everyone says it's a good technique, but for me it is a no-go so far. It also removed the blue paint even if I put several layers of clear lacquer on it. I guess I will have to go back to forums and discuss more how this works. I will try again for sure. Maybe the area was way too big or I needed to thin the product more. I really don't know. But for whatever miracle, the leg with the panties was fine. Thank God. I think I would have lost it if I had to work on the leg too. I decided not to show you again the painting of those pieces. So let's continue with the rest. Let's go back to some pastel. For the gloves and the body, I always shade with light blue pastel. The color is more subtle than with the paint. It might seem odd right now, but after you put some white pearl lacquer on it, it will give an amazing shading effect. Since the first solo kit, I decided to give a nice shiny effect to the hair. Mercury doesn't skip this rule. I use Mr. Crystal color Sapphire Blue and once again it gives a magical effect to her hair. So, where are we? Ah yes, the scarf. I still need to paint this white band and I guess I'm going to my basic hand brush. Even if I want to find a cleaner way, I still ended up there. Maybe it is fate. For the harp, even if this is water, I wanted to keep consistency with the other senshi's attack, so I won't use the SMS Shift Alien here, but the SMS Pearl Ice Blue to give an aspect of magical attack. We are practically at the end, and I am still alive. Just the final line with the ice, and I am done. Wait. You didn't think I would keep her head like this, right? I mean, the eyes are horrible, and I'm even not trying to talk about the eyelashes. Come on. I know this kit is draining me and it's taking my last drop of sanity, but I'm not gonna accept such a sloppy job to happen over my dead body, which might happen soon if there is any other problems. So, go back to square one and let's do this damn head properly. Okay, for this time I tried something different, and I am sure it will help me to get better details and nicer finish for the eyelashes. I went with an aquarelle pencil to draft the first contour of the eyes, and I can tell you actually, it was a game changer.
realized, and I'm dying to tell you.
Now this is what we call proper eyes. Just few more things to do on her head, then we go to the stand. And after that, we are done. Oh my god, it is really done? I finished Mercury? It is true, right? It's not a dream, right? Yeah, I really did it. Let's not wait more time and enjoy the final result. I think we all deserve it. And we are done for today. You've seen, being focused and in the right state of mind is crucial when you work on a garage kit. Just forcing yourself is not going to make you appreciate what you are doing, especially if you're like me, doing it for pleasure. I can tell you, with all the struggle I faced, editing this video and seeing how far I went was just the biggest reward I could get. I really was that close to stop working on Mercury and just give up. I mean, you've seen the first version of her head, right? It was really me saying that I had enough. I don't know where I found the energy and the courage to do it, but I did it again. Maybe because I wanted to show you a really nice kit. But tell me in the comment section what you think. Did you face, like me, some moment where you thought you wouldn't be able to finish a kit, or trying to force something and realizing it wouldn't work? Or maybe you just want to see my work and have me speak less. I will be happy to answer to all your comments or questions, so don't hesitate. If you enjoyed this video, take a few seconds to like, subscribe to my channel, and click on this little bell to be informed when new videos arrive. The Sailor Moon series will come to an end with the next Garage Kit video. I will show you my work on Super Sailor Moon and Super Sailor Chibi Moon. While you wait for it, don't hesitate to go to my Instagram, where I post my progress and more photos of my different works. See you soon, and in the meantime, pin, send, and paint as much as you can. This was a Magon Rush, your Garage Kit nerd.